Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Prepping by Faith, and today I'm going to be sharing an article with you guys. I think this is news that we need to pay attention to. So it says new Colorado water reuse rule said to be first of its kind in the country. So what are we talking about in this article? Well, they're saying that drinking water standards have been updated by the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment to improve water reuse regulation for consumption, the first regulation of its kind across the nation, they announced last week. So while water providers have been able to direct potable reuse on their own, the updated rule requires water providers to meet higher standards for treatment, testing, and community engagement, and will apply to all community water systems. So this says that they're going to be using these state-of-the-art technologies to make treated wastewater safe for human consumption. Yes, you heard that right. They want us to go ahead and drink our wastewater now. And they have passed this law in my state, and they say that they are thrilled about it. They're thrilled about it because it is going to, help set these high standards for these projects, and it's going to make sure that, people are going to follow this, safely and protect public health. But it's also going to take care of these issues that we're having with access to water, knowing about the droughts intensifying, and the access to the Colorado River and all those sorts of things. So I wanted to share this with you guys. It does say that other states across the country, including Arizona, Texas, Florida, and California, have published their own guidelines for direct potable reuse, but Colorado is the first to implement a regulation on this practice. So according to them, there's going to be these strict standards for providers, and that in the fall, the Water Quality Control Commission adopted this new rule, setting these clear standards that they have to apparently allow us to know that it is taking place if they're going to be using that practice in our area, and that if there is some sort of a problem that's identified, such as chemicals detected at levels above what is expected, the action plan directs the operations of staff to notify the source control staff to respond and correct the issue, and if needed, divert the water, bypass it, or in extreme circumstances, completely shut it down. So that sounds wonderful, doesn't it? I don't know about you guys, but the thought of drinking wastewater is really not high on my list of priorities. I did want to share something else with you guys that I think is it applies to this. And of course, I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but back in 2015, there was a big to do about Bill Gates drinking sewage water. And that was the introduction of this Omni processor. So he has helped fund this project. No big surprise there, right? He seems to have his hands in absolutely everything that is going on, from our food to all these different technologies, whatever it is. It comes down to pharmaceuticals and medical. This guy's got his hands in everything. So he has been working with this bioenergy omni processor. It says it's a new type of sewage treatment plant that also creates renewable energy. It serves as a safe repository for human waste, preventing the sewage from being dumped into rivers or oceans, and providing clean drinking water and electricity without releasing these harmful greenhouse gases. So isn't this wonderful? It's just sort of this self-powered, by all the poo helps self-power it, and then this water vapor, the condensation collects off of that, and then they get that. It's like a distilling process essentially. So it's going through, this water sewage is going through this dryer, and then the vapors being collected, and then they're using that excrement to fuel this thing, and then there's just this leftover burnt ash. So this is what is going on. This is where our water is headed, guys. I want you to be aware of this. This is why I think it's so important that we just don't drink anything directly out of the tap. You don't know what could potentially go wrong. They have issues with water treatment facilities all the time, but let this thing not operate correctly and see how many people would get sick and die from something like this. I personally don't trust this sort of new technology that is going to be safe for all of us. I don't like the idea one iota. So, having something on hand like your own distiller, that is something that I have put up for our family just in case. But you might even want to check into something like reverse osmosis. That might be something that you want to have added to your home. Because I know, you can boil it, you can filter it, you can do all these different steps if you're going to be using that tap water, but some of those processes aren't 100% guaranteed to take care of, things like fecal matter and urine and that sort of stuff. So these are things to be thinking about. Definitely, whatever you do, don't be drinking water directly out of your tap. It needs to go through some sort of a process. For us, we drink a lot of bottled water. We do. That's just something that I've done forever because growing up in the military and us being overseas constantly, we were just, we grew up on bottled water. So we've stayed on it. And I know there's microplastics and other things there, but I'm sorry, I would much rather take my chances with microplastics than I would with feces and urine. So let me know what you guys think about this. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Something to be aware of. This is definitely going into effect in my state. I'm not looking forward to that, but I'm just going to have to be extra vigilant, hyper aware of what's going on. I think it's important that we pay attention to these things. And if you guys have enjoyed this video today, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And remember to pray, prep, and put God first. God bless.